Yeah, my name's Jack, 23, and I live in Glasgow.
And so we're here in Iron Girders gym. If you could just tell us where we are and what you do here.
Yeah, so Iron Girders is a facility for professional wrestlers of all levels to train, to practice. It's also a fully functional gym, and it's got a 16-foot wrestling ring as well. So it's a great opportunity for wrestlers who live in Glasgow, trainees, people who are on shows, travelling wrestlers as well, to really come in and practice their craft. That's an opportunity that not many trainees get in particular. So it's something I know me and my colleagues who are training are very appreciative for. It's a great space. I really enjoy hanging out here.
So it takes some dedication to train for this. I mean, can you give me an idea of what a week looks like? How much time you're really dedicating into becoming a wrestler?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're thinking about becoming a professional wrestler, it's something, if you kind of want to achieve your goals, you need to give a lot of yourself to, a lot of your time and effort. So me myself, I'm currently training twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. So I've got Tuesday class, which is 8 till 10 p.m. Got a Wednesday class, which is 6 till 8, and then sometimes if there's an extra class on, I'll train on a Sunday, or there's sometimes guest seminars and things like that. Obviously, the physical component of professional wrestling is quite taxing, and then aside from that, you need to put the hours in the gym, you need to be eating right, you need to be looking after yourself, you need to make sure you get enough rest. So there's a lot goes into it. People think it's just kind of what you do in the ring. It's not. It's so much more than that. Obviously, learning how to work safely in the ring is important, but there's a lot surrounding it that you maybe don't take into account. So for me, I've been training for just about a year and a half. And as opposed to kind of taking on a new hobby, it's more been a lifestyle change for me completely. So, I wasn't really that into exercise before I started. I ran a little bit, and that was kind of the extent of it. But I've had to learn how to lift weights, how to eat properly. So it's been great in that sense because I feel a lot happier and healthier than I did. But yeah, as I say, it's not just about what you do in the ring. There's a lot of external factors that you also need to get in line to kind of achieve your goals with professional wrestling.
Yeah. There's a lot of personal development going on, is there?
Absolutely, yeah, because they say you should do something that challenges you and makes you uncomfortable every day.
Yeah.
And in a good way, that's what happens with me in professional wrestling. So, you might get nervous before a seminar, you might be trying to move you've never taken before or never given before, that kind of thing. So it really pushes you outside your comfort zone, which I think is a really positive thing. And also the people you meet. It's people say professional wrestling's a relationship business. So you need to learn how to conduct yourself and everything that comes with that. And for me, I've seen quite a significant increase in my confidence, I would say, since starting. Me 18 months ago and me now probably wouldn't recognise each other very well. So there's a lot of positive things that come with it.
Great. From a perspective of leisure and things to do for the audience, what fascinates me is I really like, I think of Glasgow, a lot of things like football and pubs is like a really huge pastime for Glaswegians.
Mm-hmm.
I like that this is a hidden gem. Could you maybe speak a little bit about what it was like for you to find this place and see that, this is something that you could do, you could put time towards and enjoy it?
Yeah, so I guess wrestling's a bit of a subculture. The UK in general is quite a good place to enjoy wrestling, and Glasgow especially is a great wrestling town. If we look at some of the kind of wrestlers we've produced, it's really quite an impressive list from such a small place. So the connection between Glasgow and professional wrestling runs quite strong. It's a great place to be if you're a fan of pro wrestling. There's lots of promotions, including Iron Girders. And if you've not been to a show, I would recommend coming along. It's quite unlike anything else in terms of a night out. So just the highs and the lows of a show, the way you get entertained, the way you can get into things. It's you could go to the pub with your pals, or you could come out and see this I can't even describe it in words. Basically, it's the journey it takes you on if you let it is really something quite special. And it's you can watch as much wrestling on telly as you like, but seeing it in person and hearing the sound as somebody gets slammed to the mat, that's not something that television can replicate. So if you've never been to a professional wrestling show and you're in Glasgow, there's no shortage of them. It's a great place to be a wrestling fan. So get yourself along. Everyone's really welcoming, and I'm sure you'll have a wonderful night.
How important is it to you to, when you become a wrestler, you also become an entertainer? How important is it for you to entertain people, make sure that they're actually having a good time here? Is that something that's high on your list, or is this more of a personal journey for you? If you could just expand on the idea a little bit.
I guess it's a bit of both. I mean, for me personally, I've always been quite creative and looking for a creative outlet. I've tried kind of numerous things that haven't really met the mark for me. But professional wrestling allows me to express myself in the ring and on the mic in a way that nothing else really quite does. And, you know, it's not just for me when I watch someone having a really good match or I watch someone delivering a really good promo. It's, you know, that hits me like nothing else really does. And that's what's special about professional wrestling. It's, you know, something just clicks that doesn't quite click with other things. So yeah, it's quite important, kind of the entertainment side of things, but as I say, it takes you on a personal journey as well. So it's a good balance in that sense.
And would you give any advice to yourself or somebody else starting out?
Yeah, it's kind of, the journey I've been on has been short so far, but there's been loads of ups and downs with it. I guess just kind of, when I started, was very nervous. I tend to get like really nervous with new things. And it is quite intimidating to kind of start professional wrestling. It can be this like alien world, and there's a lot of learning to do. Nothing comes naturally. So with a lot of the training, it's kind of learning to work against your instincts almost. And that's fine. So I heard a good quote the other day, which was, be brave enough to suck at something for a while. I'm kind of still in that stage of very much learning. And that's, you know, that's all just part of the journey. So be brave enough to suck at professional wrestling for a while. But take those first steps, definitely. It's taken me on a journey of personal development, professional development. It's allowed me to gain a lot of confidence and a lot of skills that I otherwise wouldn't have got. And I've met a lot of really cool people. And the exciting part about it is I'm just getting started. So having the confidence to take that first step is one of the best things I've ever done. And even if you're like an anxious or nervous person like me, I would say absolutely still take that first step. Sign up to a wrestling class, find a decent training school and get started.